Welcome. We are going to show you guys just a really simple model of exactly how you can make $1,000 in as little as 7 to 10 days. Now, we can't do any guarantees. We obviously don't know how long it's going to take you, but we are helping people make $1,000 in 7 to 10 days with 4 simple steps that absolutely anyone can follow. It's for men and women. You can use 10 to 15 hours total. You want to make more than $1,000, but we're going to teach you how to find your 10, get your first 1,000 following 4 simple steps. And if you're watching on TikTok and Facebook, welcome to the show, but I'll be looking over here. If you want access to our live private streaming, just comment below. We'll make sure you get that link for tomorrow night. So a small group of us are locking arms this week. We want to help 10 people. 10 people make their first $1,000 using a system that actually makes sense. So, quick disclaimer, real talk, this works, but it's not magic. This is not get rich quick. The results that I've had and others that you'll hear from tonight are actually doing the work. So there's no income guarantees here. This is just a really simple system that I've used for over 9 years now that when followed will create real results. If you show up and move, you're going to see progress. And if you don't, you won't. That's just how we make money online. So before we get into anything, I want you to understand something. This is not going to be another training where you're going to get a bunch of information thrown at you. That is not what this is. This is going to feel different because this is really different. So when I was 17 years old, I worked at Applebee's and my job was really simple. I opened the front door. I smiled. I greeted people before they ever even came into the restaurant and sat down. Now, what I didn't realize at the time is that I wasn't just opening a door. I was setting the tone for their entire experience before they even paid $1. Now, we're going to talk about the customer experience tonight because you can almost feel it in this image. Her energy says, I see you. I'm glad you're here. You matter before you even spend $1. Now, that carried into my entire career. I was in retail for over 20 years. I've done sales. I've been an online business owner. And I learned something that most people skip right over. And if I'm honest, I don't see this taught in the courses. That's people don't buy links. They buy because of how they feel when they interact with you. So I want you to picture this for a second. Someone walks through your door, which for this conversation, it's your post. It might be a video. It might be a DM. They're not physically there, but this is your virtual space, your message. What do they feel when they take a look at what you're up to, what you're doing and what you're posting? Do they feel welcomed? Do they feel acknowledged? Do they feel like they matter? Or do they feel ignored? Do they feel rushed? Do they feel like they're just a number? Because the sale actually starts at their very first impression. So the experience starts with the invitation. The way that you open up the conversation, the slight smile before words are ever spoken, the eye contact, the body language that says you're here, welcome, you're welcome over here. Most people skip this. They're online and they go straight to the link, straight to the pitch, straight to here's how you join, and they never open their front door. And then you hear comments like, it's not working. The money isn't made in the link. The money is made the moment that someone feels seen. Like, wow, they get me. They understand my problem, my struggle, my overthinking. They can help me. So the question isn't, what are you selling? The question is, what does it feel like to walk into your store, your profile? Now, I think we can all agree that there is no shortage of human beings on social media, and it truly does not matter. You can take this to LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter. It doesn't matter. For the sake of what I'm going to teach you, I can only share with you my own personal experience, and that comes from Facebook and TikTok. So right now, what are you looking at? This is a mall, and thanks to Gary Vee, he has made online QVC shopping the biggest opportunity. But some of us that are moms, that are busy, that have jobs, that have a life, We do not want to be on social media live for 3 or 4 hours at a time. Maybe later, but definitely not starting out. We don't have the time to do that. Now, you've got some stores, they're going to ignore them. They're going to send them straight to a link. They're going to make them feel like a number. And you've got other stores where you acknowledge them. You make them feel seen. You actually help. And guess which ones make money? And all of you experience this in real life. When you walk into a store, and maybe you don't necessarily need help, but from I was a store manager, so I would see people in the aisles and I could tell based on their behavior that they couldn't find what they were looking for. And just a simple like, hey, is there anything I can help you with? Goes a long way, because most people don't want to bother other people. But the stores that offer good customer service because they pay attention to the behavior of their customers, those are the ones that go on to make the most amount of money. And right now, people are skipping the behavior. They're skipping the front door. They're dropping their links. They're copying scripts. They're praying for a sale. They're trying to scale before they ever even know how to talk to people. And it feels really off. And honestly, sometimes it feels really gross. Now, this is not a funnel, and this is not even a real complicated system. These are baby steps that I'm going to give you. We're going to spoon feed you into a real human connection virtually, because that is exactly what creates a customer. Now, this is where everything becomes really, really, really simple, because we do 4 things. We like to keep it really simple. Number 1 is we start conversations. We open the door. We acknowledge the person. We make them feel seen. We guide them to a solution. We don't shove a link down their throat. And we support them after the purchase. This is where the trust is built. And that's all we do. And we repeat those 4 things day in and day out. Now, I've been doing this online for 9 years on Facebook and about 4 on TikTok. I've built right in front of my audience $10,000 months, $16,000 months. I even had a $64,000 month. And yes, these did come from different vehicles, but every vehicle took keys in the ignition. And this is your key. So what's really great is I've had the opportunity to work alongside some really incredible people and be a part of their stories. Like Amy coming in and getting 5 leads from one post, right? We have $10,000 in 18 days. My friend Nicole and her husband had a 4-figure day. My friend Jason made $3,000 in a week as a high school teacher and a basketball coach. He's a busy dude. And my friend Bondi, she actually lives about 40 miles from here. She's a passenger driver. She does not Wi-Fi in social media. She literally found a way to do this in 15-minute increments in the morning and the night and on her lunch break, and has an extra $300 in a month. Now we have Sherry that had a post and made 2 sales while taking her mother to a cardiology appointment. And I need to update this slide, but at the time of this presentation, this was to show you that we're averaging 3 to 4 sales right now, and we just started doing these 3 days ago. So what's really cool is you're already doing some work. So why not be incentivized to do the work also? This is a trip that I won. I went to Punta Cana. That's my best friend and her husband in the center there. That pool is my backyard. I didn't pay for the flight. I didn't pay for my drinks. I didn't pay for my food. I didn't pay for my room. I got to enjoy 4 nights and have an incredible time because I was doing the work anyway. Right now we have a cruise coming up, and some of you will be on that cruise with us. Now, this is Lauren. You're going to hear from her in just a few minutes. Around this table, those are all my friends that I met in a DM on social media. This bottom picture is Chris, met in a DM. She comes to Arizona about 4 times a year. That bottom picture, I'm teaching people how I use Facebook over the last 9 years to make an income. And that's my friend Jody, who became a private client. He lives in LA. He was a little uncomfortable with the income we were talking about. I flew to LA to assure him I'm a real person and this is really what I do. He felt a lot more comfortable with making that decision. So before, I'm a store manager, 25 years old, figuring out life. I just took being really nice to people and looking up and saying, hi, how can I help you today? And I started telling my story on social media. And people like stories. They don't buy flyers. And if they can Google your product, they don't need you. But they buy stories. This is 4 million views because I paid off my truck early with videos. Why? Because the average person is going, how? Right here, these images are kind of flipped because that's how they are on TikTok, but you can see I'm 7 days in. I bought a program. I went and shared about the program for 7 days. This one that's 35,000 views that now is an ad. That is about 2 weeks after the 7 days. So they're a little backwards, but the same program. And these are just some income shots from my Stripe account. So I think what people are really craving right now is to actually be seen and to actually be helped and to have something that feels really simple again. So if you're sitting here thinking, I can do that. Yes, good. Because you can. The only question is, are you going to stay where you've been or are you ready to actually move? Now, this is my friend Lauren. She has a phenomenal story. She met me just like you're meeting me. She came onto something similar to this. She came into our community. She started attending the lives and asking questions. I did a little bit of a, hey, does anyone want to work one-on-one with me? She said yes. Here is some of her results. Both, she did her own brand. She's got some income claims here. And now we're going to hear her personal story from her point of view.
Hi, thanks, Jen. Yeah, it has been a ride. I was introduced to Jen exactly the way you're being introduced. I was on social media peddling my offer very poorly because I didn't know better. And someone jumped in and said, "Hey, Lauren, I think we can help you out." They invited me in before I ever spent money. And then they showed me the system and I was all in. It was easy, it was simple, it was something I could do around my 9 to 5. Since then, everything has continued to grow. I stepped away and made my own brand, continuing to use the 4 steps of Jen's system. And I am now an Amazon bestseller. And I've had the privilege of being on some amazing podcasts and coaching some amazing women. And I came back to Jen and said, there's so much more to this. Like we've been teaching these 4 steps for so long, but we need to, package it up and get this to more women because this is gold. It works for any offer. It works for any business type, service-based, product-based, affiliate marketing. And so now Jen and I are business partners and we're working together to bring this to more women. And you can be a part of that. And so we're really excited you joined us today and that you're inviting your friends to come see this. And it can really make a huge difference if you are willing to, as Jen likes to say, stop thinking, because we all think way too much. So if we can stop thinking and just go out and be good humans, there's so much to be made out of just loving other people and wanting other people to succeed. So,
Yay. Thank you. I love her story. And guys, I forgot this, so this right here, this is Times Square. Like that's a really big deal. That's her book right there on Times Square. And I'm sorry, I'm not on Times Square. I'd love to be on Times Square. I think that is just such a huge, just such a huge, awesome way to impact so many people. Get in front of so many eyeballs, right? So here's what we don't need. We do not need more people posting. In fact, people posting incorrectly is why the MLM model broke. What we do need is more people who know how to open the front door. So what we have is the 60-minute income system. And this is literally what I've done for 9 years. When I got started, I had 2 kids in diapers. So going to networking events and having small chit chat so other people could sell me all their crap, like it felt gross. They felt gross to me. So I had to learn how to use social media to meet people so that I could build a business and not have to go to work. I just wanted to be a mom, but I still wanted my salary. I was used to living a certain lifestyle around my salary. So what I did is I just kind of packaged it up. It's 4 simple steps that turn conversations into customers. It's a win win transaction. It's not about the sale, it's not about the commission. It's about you getting the sale, you getting a win, right? You are monetarily, I don't know. You are monetized for guiding a customer into making a decision, and that customer is given an opportunity. So that's a win-win transaction, and that's what makes a really good, if we're going to use the word salesman, but I really don't like to. So we're going to give you the exact messages so you never have to guess what to say. We're going to give you a 60-minute daily plan that's built for real life. A lot of us work full time. We've got kids, spouses, like plans, activities, the whole thing. You can do this into 30-minute time blocks or for 15-minute time blocks. How to start conversations without feeling awkward. How to guide people naturally. There's no pushy selling. And this works with or without showing your face. Okay, this is built for beginners and anyone who's tired of overcomplicating it. Now, right now, for a short time, the system is free. We just want to get the system out there. We need some stories and some testimonials. We want you guys to win. You don't have to pay a dime. This will be moving to $7, but don't even worry about that. It may not. Who knows? Right now, it's free, so just get it for free. If you don't have access to it yet, just get with the person who invited you here and say, hey, I want the free system, and you'll get access to the free system. Now, you can have a car, but if you don't have any gas or you don't have a key, you're not going anywhere. So the activator is the system in motion. Okay, it is going to give you daily direction, so you always know what to do next. You're going to get real-time live support while you're taking the action. You're going to get simple steps applied daily, not saved for later, and you're going to get a space where people are moving. They're not just watching. We are in momentum with consistency and actual customer creation. As a matter of fact, Dee was on our call last night and had her first customer within 24 hours. She joined us this morning. So the 60-minute system shows you what to do. And the activator is where you actually do it. And this is where the system starts to move. It's not necessarily even you moving. It's you following directions, and the system starts to move on its own. So you've got the 60-minute income system at no charge. I showed you where the people are. You've got a clock to time block. Now let's do some really simple math. If all you did was one sale, and we're going to call it a win-win transaction, right? You're giving them an opportunity to do the same thing that you're going to use this vehicle with. You make $22.50. When that stacks, because we're going to stack this, one sale per day is an extra $675 per month without ever leaving your house. 2 sales per day is an extra $1,350 a month without ever leaving your house. That is life-changing income. And with the gas prices and the Dorito prices, it is bananas out there. And there are families literally praying for an opportunity. And they might be like you or me. I didn't know this existed. I hoped it did, and I prayed it did, and I definitely Googled it. But I really didn't know if it was legit because there was all kinds of stuff coming up on Google. Now, we are charging because it's simple, but it's not complicated. So let me show you how simple this actually is. You don't need hundreds of people, and you don't need to go viral. You don't even need a huge audience. If you bring in 2 to 3 people per week who follow the same simple system, we are all about keeping things really, really simple. That is how this builds. Not from one big, gigantic viral moment, but from simple, repeatable actions. So it's $25 a month because it's not complicated. But when people put something on the line, they actually show up and move. Now, this is meant to be a long-term engine. If you're a shiny squirrel and you get bored easily, this will not work for you. It'll show you how to get customers and you'll be off doing something else. We want you to stick and stay. We want you to see that you can make $1,300 a month, $1,000 a month, $500 a month, and it's a membership. It's reoccurring. You come in here and people feel seen. We create a community. It takes a village, and people stay here. So you get in, you get moving, you get your first customer, and we want to show you how to add another income stream. Listen, I'm 46 years old. I've been in the workplace for not as long as some people, but I can tell you Companies barely last 5 years. And there's a lot of companies that are popping up right now that are 4 minutes old and 5 minutes old. And will they be around for 5 years, for 10 years? I've been around for 9 years. I've been a part of companies that have been around 10, 20, 30, 40 years because we need reliable and sustainable income for some of us that don't want the job and the boss. Now, what's phenomenal about this is once you can create a customer, you have a lifetime skill. A lifetime skill. You have a $7 and a free product. They type in free in the promo code. You're going to get yours tonight. That is the 60-minute income system. I just realized there's a typo in there, Lauren. This is, you can have a brick and mortar store, and this 60-minute income system would work for that. Now, when you bring people through the front door, and they're generating customers because they're activating the system. And now you've got a system and you're at $500 a month or you're at $1,000 a month and you're like, wow, I'm at $1,000 a month and I've been doing this for the last 90 days. Let's add another egg. You take the same exact system and you add an affiliate product. You take the same exact system, you add a digital product, a product-based, a high ticket, a coaching. It doesn't matter because once I show you how to create a customer, you will be able to create a customer for anything. Now, my very first year I did this. This is a $20,000 month. It's not a flex. It's just because I'm really good with people. So I want to show you how to be really good with people because they will spend the money to solve their problem. I'm a published author because of the relationships built on my Facebook. I've been given awards because of the relationships that I've built on Facebook. And the system is important, but most people will stop. They'll watch it, they'll understand it, they'll be like, that's great, awesome, and then life gets to lifing, and they go back to overthinking. Here's what I want you to know. I have been teaching people how to make money for a really, really long time. 2 questions I get asked all the time. What do I post and what do I say? You say the truth. You say what you're going through. You say what you're figuring out. You say what's working or what's not working. And you say what you're deciding. These are pictures, 70 comments, 310 comments. I don't know what you deem as viral. It seems like that word is being thrown out a lot, but I have some videos that do pretty good. And all I do is share a story on social media and people are like, hey, I like that story. I'd like to go with you and I want to achieve this. And that's how we do that. Now, let me make this really real for you. If you have 10 conversations, you're going to help 2 to 3 people. That is the truth. You're going to guide them through the same simple system. No chasing, no explaining, no selling. Just, hey, do you want this system too? This is how you get your first 1,000 started. And I can tell you right now, some people are going to hit that this week, and we are 3 days in, and that's really exciting to watch. Not someday, not when I figure this out. They're just following the same exact system, and some are going to hit it this week. Now, we want to lock arms with 10 people, not 100, not everyone. We're just looking for 10 people who are done overthinking and ready to actually move. Now, the system right now is free. Get with the person who invited you onto this call and ask them, hey, can I please get that free system? The activator is $25 a month. That same person that has the system most likely has the activator as well. But that's not what matters. What matters is not what anyone else is doing. Do you want your first 1K or not? Because Lauren and I are locking arms with the yeses. And if you don't take anything else away from this, your job is not to post. Your job is to create a customer experience for the person that's watching and praying for an additional 500, for a team, for 1,000, for residual income, for braces, right? It's always about the money in the beginning, but it's really because we got braces coming up. Some of us are preparing to buy cars in the next 4 years, and we want that egg. I want that egg already in there. I don't want to figure it out when she's 16. I want to know what I can afford. Early retirement, buying a bigger house, buying another car, supplementing an income. Like, the sky is the limit. I've been here for a really long time. I've seen a lot of incredible things go down. You're one decision and a commitment away. Just follow the system.